I should have a gavel, but I don't have one. This is the gavel. It is 7 o'clock, and I welcome everybody to the Rotary of E-Club 1 Charter Anniversary. This meeting would not have been possible without the help of our team. And I would like to mention our team members were, of course, Peter and Keith Evans from England, and Doug Dyer, and Sharon Baker. And Bruce has also played a significant part in the preparation of this. Today is a very proud day for all of us members. And maybe everybody would like to mute themselves until it's their turn to speak. Our program today will touch on the past, the present, and the future of our club. But first of all, I would like to invite President Lynn Tonossi to say a welcome word. Where is Lynn? Lynn, are you available?
There we go. We'll try again with the microphone on. I'd like to welcome everybody here from all parts of the globe. And I wonder if each one of you can remember where you were 5 years ago and what you were doing. What has happened in your lives since that time and how things have changed. And perhaps you have some ideas about where you'll be going. So I think in that context that you'll understand what we're trying to do tonight. I know 5 years ago I was at a district conference in Ontario, and I heard about this club getting their start. And although I wasn't in the picture, I was there. And here it was, the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1, and I'm a member now. So I wasn't a founding member, but here I am. So over to each of you tonight. I guess Ellie is next as you begin the program, and we'll be back again at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn. We have a few special guests. We have actually a lot of guests. And to introduce our guests, or to invite our guests to introduce themselves, I would like to ask Peter if he's still here. If not, Bruce, because Peter has to leave.
Yeah, no, I'm still okay. That's great. We have people from around the globe, and I'd like you to introduce yourself. If I don't see you, I'm going down the list. I see Ariana. Ariana, can you unmute yourself? Introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. I'm the charter president of the D7040 Passport Club. We originally started as an e-club, but things keep evolving and changing. I was interested in finding out where you were going with this.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you, Ariana. We have to keep it short. We have a very tight program, so we'd love to have you, and we can chat some more at another time too. We have two people that are in on the menu. Please introduce yourself. One is number ends in 688. Who's that?
Hi, this is Nishin Bajaj here. I'm sorry, right now I'm on the road. I would like to congratulate all the E-Club Canada 1 members on the 5th anniversary, and I'm calling from Ontario, Waterloo. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. And the phone 7709.
Yes, hi, I'm Rick Shaw with the E-Club of North Texas in Dallas.
Thank you, Rick. Welcome at our meeting. Gabe, can you introduce yourself, please?
Thank you, Peter. My name is Gabe Howe. I'm from the Rotary E-Club of Melbourne in Victoria, Australia. Our club is also having our 5th anniversary this year.
Right on. Perfect. Ed Jacob, can you introduce yourself? Unmute and introduce.
Yeah, this is Jacob, and I'm originally from Dublin. Moved to Chicago many years ago. I joined the Chicago O'Hare Rotary Club about 5 or 6 years ago, and I'm still a member there. I've always been interested in e-clubs, and I met Doug Dyers recently here in San Miguel in Mexico, and he told me quite excitedly about his e-club. So here I am.
Perfect. We'll hope to see you many more times.
Thank you.
Frank, can you introduce yourself, please? Unmute.
There you go.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this illustrious and auspicious meeting, because it is a great for me to be here to help celebrate your 5th anniversary. I'm very pleased to be this year's governor of District 5370, and I have with me who I very often refer to as our executive governor, Barbara, my partner of 50 plus years, and it's great to be here. And I'm just so pleased to have the E-Club in our district.
Awesome, Frank. It's fantastic that you took the effort of joining us here. Heather Redmond, can you introduce yourself, please?
I can, and it's lovely to be with you. I'm from the District 9790 E-Club in Victoria, Australia.
An other Aussie from down under. Perfect, fantastic. There's somebody on the iPad. Who are you, please?
Hi, can you hear me? This is Andrew Bernstein.
Yeah.
I'm in District 6950, the president of the E-Club of the Southeast United States of America and the Caribbean.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, welcome joining us. Lisa, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, this is Lisa Nolly from Dallas, Texas. I'm a charter member and former president of the Rotary E-Club of North Texas and former First Lady for District 5810 for 2016-17.
Welcome, and gosh, everybody from down under, Texas, where I'm heading, I didn't know there was going to be that popular. Fantastic that you've made it. Kevin, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hello, I'm Kevin Martin from the Rotary E-Club of the state of Jefferson. We're in the California and Oregon, USA. Glad to be here.
Thank you, fantastic for being here. Rob Mitchell, please.
Morning. Hello, everyone. Time's a bit of a problem. Rob Mitchell from the Riot E-Club in Sydney, Australia. Great to be with you today. We're 4 years old this year, so we're just 1 year younger than you. Nice to be with you.
Fantastic, glad to have you. Tim Schultz, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I think I can do that. Good evening, everyone. Tim Shields, Rotary Club of Dawson Creek Sunrise, past district governor of District 5370. Thrilled to be with you guys again.
Great to have you, Tim, as always. John Clements, can you introduce yourself?
Howdy, folks. I live in South Australia, Normanville, South Australia, the bottom middle part of Australia. I'm current president of the Rotary Australian Nomads. We are nearly 5 years old in March coming up, and it is great to be here and see so many people from all over the place. Thank you.
This is fantastic. I'm going to leave it at this for introductions. I may have missed some. I'm glad I don't have to spell everybody's name, especially when they're from down under. Haven't got a clue at times what you're saying, John, but that's fantastic. My accent, of course, helps with that too. Ellie, goes back to you and we'll start with the program.
Yeah, then I would like to introduce Eileen, who is actually on Ramiro's computer, and she's my neighbor upstairs here in Manzanillo, and she's from Ottawa. let's go back to the past a little bit. There we are, the past. 5 years ago, we charted, as you know, and those 5 years have gone by pretty fast, and we can be very proud of our accomplishment. Our official charter was on the birthday of Rotary, February 23rd, with Kevin Hilger from Grand Prairie as our district governor, and Sabuji Tanaka from Japan as RI president. And there were 3 different clubs who were our sponsors. Each of those 5 years, we celebrated the theme of the year and supported our club presidents. One of these presidents was Bruce Kleberger, who will introduce you to our past leaders.
District Governor Frank, past District Governor Ellie, thank you very much for that. I'd like to introduce to you our 5 illustrious past presidents, beginning in 2012 for the first 4.5 months of our E-Club. Past District Governor Ellie, who had conceived of a national E-Club, served as our president.
Because like this one makes you expensive.
I had the opportunity to follow up with Ellie as the president of our club for the first full year in 2013-14.
And I think we missed the introduction. We didn't see us come out and say that.
2014-2015, past President Doug Dyer, whose theme was all nautical things, and who is online today from, I believe, Mexico today, as he has relocated his life to Central and America and Mexico.
He's actually in Guatemala right now.
There you go. And I think we call that Central America, right?
Right.
And Jim Ferguson, who was our district governor-elect nominee for nominee-elect. Somebody's going to correct me, I'm sure. Did I get, it's one or the other, so therefore I'm right. 2015 and 2016, Jim was our past president for that year. Mr. Frank Yankachuk was our president last year, 2016 and 2017. And our current president, Lynn Ternosky, who opened the meeting 2017 and 2018. A round of applause for our past presidents. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bruce. Well done. Our district is also very fortunate to have had many leaders, and there are many following. Our current district governor is Frank Reitz from Fort McMurray, and I did invite Frank, and I don't know if he already, I forgot. He introduced himself, but I don't know if he gave a little congratulatory message.
I did. It was very, very brief and to the point, because Peter's already indicated that that we're a little bit short on time, and so it is certainly a pleasure to be able to attend your meeting and to recognize and celebrate with you your fifth anniversary, and all the wonderful things that you have done in the 5 years that you've been with the E-Club, or have had the E-Club in existence, from your water projects to your literacy projects. It's just been an amazing record that and legacy that you've created for E-Clubs, E-Clubs anywhere, to be able to come together from around the world and make things happen, and really have Rotary make a difference. It is indeed a pleasure to be here and to congratulate you.
Thank you, Frank. On July 1st, Frank will hand over the gavel to District Governor Ingrid Nietzsche, who wasn't able to attend tonight. And after Ingrid, we will have Tracy Vavrick from Grand Prairie. She will follow Ingrid. And it is my pleasure to introduce Tracy, who is going to speak to us, and who since her induction in 2006, somebody is swatting mosquitoes here, I got distracted. Tracy has been very actively involved at club as well as district level. She has served as club president and assistant governor for District 5370. She was selected as district governor for the Rotary year of 2019-2020. Life changes made her relocate to the Grand Prairie After 5 Club. In 2012, Tracy was part of the Highway to Mexico team, driving buses, ambulances, and fire trucks to Mazatlan. This was a life-altering experience for her. Tracy and her husband Vince, who's also a Rotarian, are both multiple Paul Harris Fellows and joined the Bequest Society in 2016. They have also been host family in the Rotary Youth Exchange program twice. Tracy is the CEO of the Community Foundation of Northwestern Alberta and has been successful in growing the organization's asset from 150,000 to over 7.1 million. Tracy serves on various boards, committees, and associations, working to build healthy and resilient communities. She believes that philanthropy plays a significant role in the strength of a community. Tracy also believes in the importance of developing Rotarians, not Rotary members. Her words, Rotary is an avenue with an equal platform where we come together from all sectors of the world, sharing common values and a common belief for the cause, to impact others who we may never know. Please welcome District Governor nominee, Tracy Vavrick.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's an absolute honor to be with you this evening, and congratulations. 5 years and a tremendous celebration that we have this evening. Tonight, I'm honored to introduce our Rotary International President, Ian Riseley. Ian has been a Rotarian since 1987, and he's a member of the Rotary Club of Singornham in Victoria, Australia. Ian has served as treasurer, director, foundation trustee, and a member and chair of numerous Rotary International and foundation committees. Similar to Tim, he's very wise. He's a chartered accountant, and he's also the principal of Ian Riseley and Company, which is an accounting firm established in 1976. His firm specializes in income tax and management advice for individuals and for small businesses. Ian has dedicated his time to numerous boards and committees, including private and public schools, members of the Community Advisory Group for the City of Singornham, and involved in Sea Scouts and sporting organizations. As well, he's an honorary audit or advisor for many charitable organizations. Ian's honors include also being recognized with the Aussie Aid Peace Builder Award from the Australian government in recognition for his work in East Timor. He's also received the Medal of Order for Australia for services to the Australian community and the Distinguished Service Award and the Regional Service Award for a Polio-Free World from the Rotary Foundation. Ian and his wife, Juliet, a past district governor, are major donors and Bequest Society's members of the Rotary Foundation. They have 2 beautiful children and 4 stars called grandchildren. Please join me in welcoming Rotary International President Ian Riseley.
Good day, everyone. I'm Ian Riseley, and I'm pleased to have the opportunity to send a brief message to you on the occasion of the 5th anniversary of the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1. It's good to be with you here, there, and everywhere. Rotary has been around for 113 years now, and what keeps us strong is our ability to adapt to the changing needs of Rotary and the people we serve. I like e-clubs because they cater to those for whom the traditional club isn't convenient or appropriate. They're a means to an end, to paraphrase the theme of your meeting, and that end is service above self. Enjoy the meeting and keep making a difference through Rotary.
It's wonderful to hear from our president this evening and to hear his tremendous support of e-clubs. This week, we're also celebrating Rotary's 113th anniversary, which is allowing us to recognize and to appreciate the many who have come before us to create the Rotary world. Paul Harris's first meeting in Chicago was very different from the world of Rotary today as we see right now. But service above self and the four-way test have ensured that we continue to live the values and the purpose of Rotary. And many of you that know me know that I'm very passionate about ensuring that we have inclusiveness and that we have welcoming communities. Communities can be defined as a group of people that are often sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. And this is something you have demonstrated with the creation of your e-club in 2011. You welcome people, as we've heard this evening and from in the past, from a variety of communities, from countries, and individuals to be part of an opportunity online which connects everyone and anyone. It was not the traditional Rotary Club as we've heard from the past, from back in Paul Harris's days. But we continue to see communities everywhere. You and I have communities in all parts of our world. We have places, communities in our places of employment, places of worship, our cultural groups. We have communities in our sporting teams, and it may be within our travel clubs or as enjoying a glass of wine in Mexico as Ellie and others are doing. But we have numerous communities within our lives. And all of our communities are successful when people like you and I feel that we're part of something. We take ownership, we take responsibility, and we contribute time, and we give our skill as we're seeing this evening, and we also provide our donations. But we also invite others to be part of this community. And what really hit me this evening is the community is abroad from all sectors of the world. And especially this evening to see people connecting with us from so far away. I'm far in the north, and when I consider that we're having this conversation with people that are in Guadalajara, sorry, maybe I pronounced that wrong, but from all different sectors of the world. But what does community mean for you and me? And what does it mean for Rotary? When we have a strong sense, of community within Rotary, there is a theme of common interests, including we want to serve and we want to be with others who share our passion. Your e-club is built of Rotarians that are committed to serve, and your district is so proud. I am so proud. I look at you and what you've accomplished and the goals that you've worked towards. And some of those goals can be referred to as also ends because you're working towards to achieve something. But because of the vision and passion of many, changes to the Council of Legislation have added more flexibility and created more opportunities for the Rotary community like our e-clubs and our passport clubs to be more inclusive for all interests. So recent changes included also removing the E in the name of a club, but e-clubs still exist in practice. So clubs can also choose to name themselves the Rotary E-Club of Canada 1 as you have, but you could also be the Rotary Club of Canada 1 and still function like an e-club. And that's what the unique opportunity that you have. Your e-club has provided a unique and valuable space. You were bold and you were forward-thinking when you chartered. I remember that day boldly. You continue today to connect people from so many countries and from around the world, all in the work of the common interest of Rotary. And you not only bring people together with a common interest, but you've created a strong community among your members. And as I've had the opportunity to watch your posts and your interactions through social media, etc., I see friendship and fellowship. In serving others, you see the importance and the gift to support your young people and learning to read via the Dolly Parton Library. Wow, that's a project we've also incorporated into our community as an area we wish to support as well. And you're committed to ensure that people have clean water. And you're committed to ensure that their students have the opportunity that they may not other through Project Amigo. And there's so much more. And so from my heart to you, I say to you, be proud of your accomplishments and be proud of your leadership. And as I continue to prepare for the district governor role for 2019-20, my intent is to maintain a focus for the future of Rotary, similar to tonight's message. My focus is to unite, inspire, and engage communities of people and Rotarians with a vision for 2020 and beyond. So help me to do this by continuing your Rotary passion, build upon your impact, and continue to invite others for fellowship and into your Rotary community. We know the Rotary footprint is immense. Imagine the footprint we will leave with a larger and stronger community of Rotarians. Again, to President Lynn, fellow Rotarians, and all the beautiful guests, congratulations on your 5th anniversary, and can you continue to make a difference? And I thank you from my heart to yours.
Thank you, Tracy. It's always inspiring to hear future Rotary leaders, and of course to hear our international president. They motivate us to continue our good work around the world. And our club is very proud of the fact that we have been and still are involved in several wonderful and successful projects. Going the wrong direction. Past President Bruce will talk about several of these projects, starting with Alliance for Smiles.
Thanks very much, Ellie. I have asked some of our club leaders who have been responsible for some of these projects to speak for a few seconds about their project. Not really in chronological order, but as it happens that the Alliance for Smiles, which was a project in which I was a dental surgeon for a number of years, was our first project before we even had an income, and most of our income has come through our website support by members and by guests. Before we even had an income, through a donation I was able to make to the club, we were able to support the Alliance for Smiles as our very first project. Early in 2013, we supported the Shelter Box project. The Philippines had undergone the terrible hurricanes and tsunami, and we supported the Shelter Box through support of its disaster relief projects. RILA has always been near and dear to our hearts, especially to past member Chris Langley of North Vancouver. Chris assisted us in getting a senior RILA member, Rotary Youth Leadership candidate accepted in District 5040, which is in central and northern British Columbia. The Dolly Parton Imagination Library has been a flagship project for us for almost 4 years, for 3 years. And I would like to ask Lynn Ternosky to say a few words about this project, as she was the one who introduced us to the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Thank you, Bruce. I couldn't begin without Gord Lewis, even though he's not with us in the club. He's here tonight, and he was our foundation for pushing this forward for many, many months. I just jumped in to do some work on it. So we now are in 9 communities. We have, we chose small communities in the north, and we're going to our largest one now, which is in Inuvik, which will have about 400 children. So we're a modest group. And these little children are they're from Tuktoyaktuk in the Arctic, where I had an opportunity to visit.
Thank you, Lynn. The Dolly Parton Imagination Library has enjoyed considerable support from other clubs in Alberta and British Columbia, but also from past District Governor Tim Shields. I'd like to acknowledge his contribution in particular. The Pathways to Literacy El Salvador El Salvador Literacy Project was also introduced to the club by President Lynn.
This included technical training for youth in rural areas. There were about 4 different segments of this in different parts of El Salvador. And you see the picture here of the youth learning welding. They did prefabrication of houses. So it became fabrication, planning, installation, the production, and then finally putting the houses together. And this has taken them a long ways forward. On the right side, you see one of our community participations in Stratford here, where we were asked to participate with the Multicultural Association, and we worked on their board to bring people to Canada from many countries.
A perfect example of bringing clubs and members from around the world together to get good work in the world done. The Subriana Water Project was only recently completed. I'll ask Lynn, although Danielle Bork and Colleen Milne were leads on this project, I believe that Lynn may be most familiar with the details of it, and I believe that this was supported by a 3H grant from Rotary International.
We had a global grant and a district grant that helped 20 clubs that we partnered with to raise the funds. We're very small, so we can't take on big ones like this alone. So we partnered with over 20 Rotary clubs and some individual donors, and along with a corporation, 3 districts, and don't want to leave anybody out, but it's a $94,000 US project, which placed, with the help of this Subriana community in Honduras, 8 kilometers of new water piping. So they now get water 24 hours a day, and it purified it. That's the purification plant next door. There's 2,500 people in that community who benefit from this. They also had the WASH training, which was part of our vision and our planning. So didn't know how that was all going to work out, but the women in the community developed the team and went and to each of the houses in the schools to teach people about hygiene and sanitation and clean water and non-purified water. We partnered with Water Missions on that one.
In Lynn's year 2017-18, a $150 per member amount was set aside for each member to go forward and do good work in the world in whatever way they deemed appropriate. I believe 7 applications have been received so far. 5 projects, I believe, have now been completed. And this was led by Nishint Bajai and myself as members administering the project. Project Amigo is a dear to our hearts, but particularly Ellie's heart. And she introduced us to this project. And can you say a few words, Ellie?
Yes, thank you, Bruce. Project Amigo supports poor children in the state of Colima, Mexico, to achieve their highest potential by providing educational opportunities, material support, and enrichment activities, as well as medical services. This is made possible through sponsorships. One of the recipients is Laura Fabiola, who is, through the support of our club, is able to continue her studies. She's in her first year of high school. During the winter season, Project Amigo also offers work week experiences when volunteers come down and engage in a series of activities from books, food, school supplies, computers, and clothing distribution, as well as English tutoring, swimming lessons, and Spanish immersion, and night maintenance work. And you may want to try it one day.
The guest attendance draw was something initiated by Ellie also.
Yes, in our efforts to draw more visiting guests to our website, we developed a quarterly draw. And all attending guests who make a donation to our club in lieu of a meal or fines or happy buck will have their name entered in a quarterly draw, and the winner would have $100 to the Rotary Foundation account contributed. The winners also have an opportunity to showcase their club or their favorite Rotary project in future e-meetings in the form of a greeter message, and they are invited to a monthly fellowship assembly via Zoom. Some participants do not need to be Rotarians, and they can make as many entries as their attendance with a donation. Guest donations to date, with an average of $15 per visit, total well over $12,000. So that's excellent. We have Norberto Lu, who is a regular attendee of our club. He was a winner once. And Joseph Capron, Robert Matthew, Laurie Pollock, Gary Conrad, Sam Theocharis, and Craig Fowler. And more to come.
The father took a pot of boiling water off the stove and put it on the ground.
In Gadadhar Pathshala, Baswanath Chakrabarti, a charter member of our club, along with Nishint Bajad, have arranged for over $2,250 to support children and teachers in India. Unfortunately, Bis can't be with us today. Rotary Youth Exchange student, this was a unique opportunity for an e-club to support a Rotary Youth Exchange student in Edmonton, Alberta, where District 5370 that we are chartered with is located. And Kevin was supported by our club, but hosted by members of other clubs throughout the Edmonton area.
We had just been there.
Creating opportunities for Guatemalans was initiated in Guatemala by our relatively new, the last 2 years, member Vicky Horsfield. Vicky, can you tell us more about the project you have created and that we have begun to support?
Legal routes that are there to protect them. And, yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Vicky.
Hello. Oops, let me put this.
Dinner time, but can we talk about creating opportunities for Guatemalans? Audio, Vicky.
Sorry, I clicked that. Unmute.
You muted yourself again.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
I keep clicking on it, it keeps flicking. Anyway, I apologize for being late because we were just at a restaurant that every Tuesday night invites an NGO to come and speak. And so I was there with my colleague William and 5 of our students who also presented about being a part of our organization and how it's changed their lives and has given them hope for a future and how they're so appreciative of being able to study. So we're coming up to our 4th year anniversary. We started 4 years ago in April, and we now have 36 sponsored kids. We started a preschool this year for the first time. We have 9 kids in our preschool because so many kids miss out on early learning, and then when they go to grade 1, it's so difficult and they end up failing grade 1, so we're trying to prevent that from happening. And we carry on with our after-school program. So all the kids who are sponsored have to come to our after-school program. They get an hour of English every day. They do their homework under supervision, so we make sure that they're doing it and that they're learning from it. And then they have 3 hours of math each week so that their math skills improve. And we're so excited because lots of our kids at the end of last year had marks in the 90s in math. And so that was really exciting to see the payoff. And this year we actually have more kids in junior high and high school than we do in primary school, which is really exciting too, because the statistics here are that not many kids graduate from grade 6 and very few make it to high school. So these kids are changing those statistics.
Thank you, Vicky.
It's exciting. Oh, and can I introduce my my visitor. This is Andrea from Toronto, and she is the president of our board of directors, and she comes here for a month or 6 weeks every year to help out and do things in our organization. So I'm happy to have her join us tonight.
Pleased to meet you all.
Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself.
Well, that was our past. I think it's pretty impressive when we sum it all up, but some of it is still the future, or the present, actually. So let's take a look at the present. We continue to deliver excellent and interesting meetings, which are very popular. A cluster map, which is active 24/7, indicates from where in the world people are viewing our site, or for makeup, or just out of curiosity. Since November 2015, we have had more than 51,000 page views. That is 1,344 per month. That's 44 per day. That's pretty impressive. Now, of course, some of these include people that, like myself, that access Club Runner on a regular basis. So I may have 4 or 5 visits myself. We do receive regular inquiries for our membership as well from people that are new to our site, but not all of them develop into new members. We do have a few prospective members, and actually one of those is joining us tonight. And the others that some take a little bit of time, and but we do keep in regular contact. Based on the comments we receive, our club is considered one of the best e-club sites in cyberspace. Our weekly meetings change every week and are set up by Jim Ferguson. And Jim will talk about our meeting format and our weekly comments from our guests. Jim? I hope Jim is available.
Thanks, Ellie. So we get, when I post the weekly meeting, it's set up so that Rotarians from around the world can access and do a makeup 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when they do an actual makeup, then they can leave a comment about areas that we can improve, what they thought about the actual weekly meeting. We've had a lot of positive comments. I think Rotarians are a very polite group anyhow. If there are some areas for change, then of course we try to work on it and change it. But by and large, we found that people like the flexibility of the weekly meeting, and they like the opportunity to do makeup with the ease of just using your phone or your iPad or your laptop. So I'm a charter member as well as Ellie, and we've looked at the past, but what about the future of our e-club?
Just a minute. Is Nishant here? Is Nishant still here?
I don't believe so.
Okay, then I'll just go on. I will follow the...
Sure.
So
Nishant is our president-elect nominee. Her year will start, I believe, in 2020, 2019 to 2020. Nishant is in Toronto and has worked with Lynn.
Thank you, Jim. I had asked Nishant actually to introduce you, but you have already, that's good, that's good. So I am going to have the honor to introduce Jim, who is more than a fellow Rotarian. He's my friend and a former member of the Rotary Club of Stony Plain. And I'm very grateful that Jim accepted my invitation to join our E-Club. Jim has set an example to each of us. He serves with integrity and with passion. He usually works quietly behind the scenes, but soon he will be more in the public eye as he has been nominated to serve our district as its governor. So it is my honor to introduce District Governor nominee designate James Ferguson, who will talk to us about what will the future bring.
So thanks very much, Ellie, and welcome everybody again. So for the future for not only the E-clubs, but for the district, some of the issues that we have with membership in Rotary is that membership has dropped in North America, but has actually gone up in third world countries where they see the impact of our global grants. We have lost quite a few members actually in the last probably 7 to 10 years or so. We've lost about 300 members we went from about 2,400 down to 21. There's areas that we have to increase. Women are only making up 15% globally, 22% in North America. And we've had as many members as come in to Rotary, we've had the same amount leave. So our overall in Rotary, our numbers are very stagnant. So how do we get to keep these new members in our clubs? So that's a picture of my new grandson, my new grandchild. That's Theo Jackson. And I'll be talking to him about Rotary as soon as he's able to understand words. He's only a couple of weeks old. But part of the remedy, and Tracy and Frank writes, Tim Shields, past district governor Tim Shields, part of the things that we see and that we've seen on a district level, on a club level, and in our club, E-Club, is engagement. We have an issue if people don't feel that they're engaged. They're just going to leave because they came to do something, they want to get involved. If they're not engaged in our clubs, and that includes the E-Club, they'll lose interest and go. And as I had mentioned before, we are getting older. The Rotarians basically in North America, we're getting a little bit older, so we're trying to introduce Rotary through the Early Act, the Interact, and Rotaract clubs. And I know in our district, 5370, there's been a real focus on Interact and Rotaract. And Tamara Larson is the chair of the youth services. She's done a phenomenal job of increasing the amount of Interact clubs. I think we've got about anywhere from 2 to 5 Rotaract clubs as well. So that's what we're trying to do in our district is to try to get the younger generation more interested in Rotary or knowing what Rotary is all about. So one way of engagement that we found in our E-Club is friendships. It's a little bit difficult. I know we've got a lot of members here from E-Clubs, and it's difficult to try to engage or become a friend, a true friend from one person to another if you don't meet them in person. So one of the things that we've tried in our E-Club is the concept of an E-Pod. And there's a couple of pictures here of our members. Whenever they get a chance, they actually, they'll try to meet up in a location and get to know each other better. Other things that we can do to enhance the friendships in the club, a member service project trip. We haven't done that yet. I don't know if the other e-clubs have done this. I know Rotary clubs in our district do this all the time. We have a coffee chat once a week, but it's only at one time in the morning, and that might not be suitable for other people because our members are all across the world. So to try to meet online and physically as well, person to person. And here's just some more pictures of the e-pod concept, where if you live close to other members in an area, you try to meet up. That's a picture of myself, Lindsay Lamb, and the Hallets at a district meeting. And the other picture is Ellie and Ramiro, David Weird, and Sharon. Sharon is David's wife. And Jean-Michel Crepin from Calgary. David lives in Cochrane, which is just north of Calgary, and they had an occasion to meet up one time when Ellie and Ramiro were coming through. So another focus too, of course, is the Rotary Foundation. We want to make sure that we have enough donations to the Rotary Foundation, or to increase the donations to the Rotary Foundation. And if we can get more members, if we can provide members the opportunity to enjoy Rotary, then the more members, we should have more increased donations to the foundation, which comes back to our district. So my future will be, this is actually a picture taken at a district conference in Edmonton. That's myself and my wife. That's not my normal attire, but my future is going to involve a lot more training, especially there'll be a lot more public speaking. This was at the occasion in the Rotary Club of Westlock, where I was really honored to be able to attend their charter night, where they actually had 55 Paul Harris Fellows that were honored. So 50 years in Rotary, 55 Paul Harris Fellows. And upcoming for us is the 2020 District Conference that will be hosted by the E-Club. So exciting times ahead for us. It's going to be quite an interesting experience, and I know I'm excited about it, and I know our members are too. And yeah, I think that the future is going to be excellent. So we've had we've asked our membership to also send in some things that the future will bring, or things that they'd like to see with the future. And the members would like to see some strength and communication within our club. A club which will inspire all members to actively participate. Again, engagement. Visits, communication, and cooperation with other E-clubs. Peter Denoy has done a wonderful job of reaching out to the E-clubs in the world. I mean, he's been working hard. I think there's about 300 E-clubs. Peter has tried to contact all of them. Ellie said an appealing club for the younger generation. And David Weird is interested in providing the Dolly Parton Imagination Library to the children in Inuvik. So there's some areas that our members would actually also see. That's the visioning process, I guess, from our members.
Yeah, thank you, Jim, and congratulations. We're looking forward to participating in the organization of the district conference, of course. It'll be a little bit different done because not everybody can participate, but I'm sure it will be just as good, and we'll be hearing more about that. I'm asking now President Lynn to say bring a final message, and then we close the meeting.
I want to thank you all for coming and sharing your views and your messages from different perspectives within Rotary. It's been kind of fun looking back on the last 5 years and what we've enjoyed doing. Those of us who put our foot in the water and tried out some of these ideas that the leadership gave us. We want to thank our leaders of the past because they have paved the way. I mean, starting from nothing is pretty hard. I guess everybody here knows that who started an E-club or even their land club. I've been looking at trying to start a club in the north and all their logistics involved in that. And another one with youth in El Salvador. We seem to have the right group of people. We just have to work on how to do it. So these things are not easy, and I want to thank Ellie and Bruce and all those who've led before me in paving the way and struggling with the issues at hand each year. There's always something. And next year, I'm hoping that we together can pave the way for change, as Rotary International has said, not only globally, not only in our community, but also in ourselves. And that's a big challenge. So let's try it on an E-club basis. It's really challenging enough in person, but if we give each other a chance, we can do it here too. So thank you all for coming.
So happy anniversary, everybody. And let's up to the next 5 years. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.
Thanks for coming to our celebration.
Thanks for having us. Good night, everyone.
Great meeting. Congratulations and good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
It's the middle of the day. It's not good night. It's good morning. Good afternoon.
Good day. Eh?
I'm just about to have lunch.
See you, John.
Great meeting. Thank you all.
Well done, everyone.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, President Lin. Good night, everybody.
Let's go and have some lunch, Gabe.
Yeah, right. Righto.
See ya.
See ya.
Nice to meet you all.